The second thing I want to talk about is an emergency fund. Now, emergency fund, often referred to as a rainy day fund, is for just that, the rainy day, the time when there's an emergency that occurs that you better be prepared for it. I love this one saying, it's best to be prepared for an opportunity and that opportunity never arise than for an opportunity to arise and you not be prepared for it. The same holds true for a disaster. It's best to be prepared for a disaster and that disaster never occur than for a disaster occur and you not be prepared. So that's what an emergency fund is for. Now, emergency fund should be approximately 6 months of your living expenses. You should build that up slowly. It should be not liquid assets, because we don't want funds just sitting there that are not working for us. So it needs to be one step away from being liquid. What I mean by that, it should be money market funds, a CD, short-term CD. There are other investments that could go in there, but I recommend just those two. Now, savings accounts, you're basically paying for them to hold your money for you. If you're going to have a savings account, then you might as well have a non-retirement investment account and have the money sitting there in money market funds. Now, let's say hypothetically 6 months of expenses for you equals $10,000. Well, I would want the $10,000 to be working a little better than all money market assets. So let's hypothetically say I would encourage you to have $5,000 in money market and the $5,000 in a CD. That should bring you a little bit better return than the money market assets. And you could even get a little more detailed depending on the client, whether you really want to maximize the fullest potential of every dollar or you're playing safe. Point is, you need assets set aside specifically for an emergency, because I guarantee that emergency will occur, and it may be a lot of little emergencies, but little emergencies can derail your financial plan just as well as one big emergency. So that's the emergency fund aspect of the financial plan. Next, we have protection. Protection, quite simply, is some form of insurance product. That's insurance or annuities. Annuities protect your money. Insurance protect your assets, meaning home health. We have life insurance, health insurance. You need all forms of insurance. Don't forget long-term care. I'll just throw that out there, that 75% of Americans will have some form of long-term care issue. Long-term care will, if you don't have that aspect of your financial plan, that could also derail your entire financial plan. So it's something that needs to be addressed at some point. But basically, you want to protect the things that are most valuable to you in life. If I were to ask you, what's most valuable to you? Most people are going to say, oh, my kids, my family. Protect them, insure them. Well, how do I insure my kid? Well, part of it is you want to ensure that they have a successful life, and that is, let's say hypothetically, it takes $200,000 to $300,000 to raise a kid. I've heard both numbers. Let's call it $200,000 from 0 to 18. Well, if the kid is 2 and you die, well, that's almost $200,000 that's still going to have to come from one parent. So there is a insurable need there. There is a need for you to insure the one you love. You want to ensure that this child grows to adulthood whether you're there or not. Just like you have your car insured, you have your house insured, why don't you have your children insured, your family insured? So that's the protection aspect. And some protection vehicles are also investment vehicles. I'm an advocate of we need to stretch every investment dollar as far as possible, so that requires us to sometimes kill two birds with one stone. So that means maybe I need to invest in something like a variable universal life insurance policy that has a protection component and an investment component. And then there's a retirement component as well, because those are tax-free dollars if I were to pull those assets out for retirement or whatever, even a long-term care need. We'll get to that a little bit later. But under the protection category, we're talking about insurance products and annuities. Both insurance vehicles, annuities, protect money. Insurance protect things, and I'm calling you a thing. Your life. Your life is a thing, and we'll move on.